Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Star Wars Black Series action figure of Jaina Solo. I gotta give it up to Hasbro for making this figure. I, as a grown-up, know the difference between the expanded universe and the movie universe, but it seems like a very corporate kind of thing to look at Jaina Solo and say, we can't make that, that'd be too confusing to put her on the shelves. You know, kids will look at it and they go, I know Ben Solo, I don't know who Jaina Solo is. We can't make figures from Legends characters. But you know what? They did, and that's awesome. I mean, they even put the word Legends above her name on the packaging just to separate the two, and I think that's great. Especially if you're a fan of Jaina Solo, this is great to have this figure. The details on her outfit are pretty freaking awesome. Here's just a better look at like her boots and the line going up the side of her little X-Wing flight suit. The belt and the holster look good. The little straps hanging down her leg look good, and they even have their own little texture to them. You can see that kind of slight ribbing texture to them. It almost looks like a tightly woven little fabric, so that's cool. Straps going across there look good. Yeah, all the details on this, pretty awesome. The box on her chest looks great. As far as the sculpt, the paint is decent. But I love the textured ribbing going across the chest vest area, the way it connects over the shoulders there. I love the sculpt of her hair and her little hair tie, but man, I love the way that it bunches and then it kind of unfolds, the little strands hanging out through the back there. Really, really strong sculpt, and a pretty good face sculpt. She's got kind of cross eyes. This is the best one I saw, actually. A bunch I saw, for some reason, I don't know why, the right eye was really like just one big black dot. Don't know why. Eyebrow paint is good. I love the sculpt and paint of her lips. You can just see it, like the right corner there becomes like a little bit of just a kind of a crinkle of a smirk. It's great. Also, if you care, be on the lookout in stores if you're hunting. I saw a bunch that had like stray paint. Just straight paint all over the face, like lines. It almost looked like they were painting scars on the figure because that's how precise, like just little lines going down the eyes and cheek. I don't know. That's just what I dealt with. If you care, be on the lookout. Here's a look at her helmet. Great details on it. Not just the lines and the little tiny lines on the side there, but just like the emblems, the dirtying of it, like the brown kind of dirt spots all over it look great. Really well done. We get her blaster, which has a little black section on the handle, aside from the dark gray, and her lightsaber, which has a very nice looking hilt with a little purple line on it. And then you got the blade itself. This blade is removable, and you can clip the. It is really tight though, but the hilt can clip on to a little hook on her waist, although the hook is really thick compared to the little gap on the lightsaber, but there it does eventually fit on. And the helmet does fit onto the head rather nicely, and the hair kind of flows out through the sides of it well too, so that's nice. And the blaster fits into the holster really, really well, and looks pretty snazzy. All the usual Black Series articulation is featured on this, from the hinged swiveling ankles to the mid-thigh cut, the mid-torso like ball joint underneath the bust. There is no bicep cut, but there is a full swiveling at the elbow. One thing worth pointing out, though, that I've never seen before, is that aside from the ball joint at the mid-torso, there's also an ab cut right there. You can see the lines going down there, and the lines going down the back. Although, strange thing is, even though you could see that cut, it's really tight and doesn't move, so there might as well not be one. Oh well. But it is nice because I guess if you want to like get her in some really cool like crouching positions, that could help. But man, just look at her on the tabletop there with a helmet, with a lightsaber in hand. Looks great. I am stoked that Hasbro made this figure. I think it looks great. The end. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you want, subscribe to me here on YouTube, and you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook if you want. Whatever.